G'day, welcome back to another episode of Togl. What a beautiful day we have here on the northwest coast of Tasmania. We've just got out of a few days of rain and today is shaping up to be an absolutely stellar day. A bit noisy, we've got the Bass Highway right behind us, but I mean, look at that scene behind me. It is gorgeous down here. So I've got a few things, a few little chores I've got to get done down running around the town this morning. Go and visit my mate Neil. Then I'll be heading up to the block. I've got some work to do up there. I want to cut some more firewood, need to try and get the front gate sorted and a few other things. On the weekend, Cody and Grace flew back over to Perth. They've moved back over there now and we knew that was only a temporary thing anyway. Can you believe it's been 11 months that they've been here? So they were pretty keen to get back over to Perth and get on with things there. So just back to me and Kay again now. I got my drone back. I had to send it away to get fixed. You would have seen some of that footage from when I was out camping. The camera started to really flick up and down a lot. Anyway, sent it away, got it fixed. The DJI team were really good. So I'm going to set that up this morning and go for a flight, see how it's all working now that it's back. I haven't given it a run yet since getting it back. But I thought what better place than down here on the Port of Burnie foreshore. Do a little bit of flying around and I'll show you a little bit of that footage now, and fingers crossed she all works well. I'm sure it will. So I'll get that done and then I'll see you up at the block. Well, up here at the block, and I'll show you what I'm going to be chopping. It's just in amongst all of this. So that big straight log right there, that one is actually a dead tree that came down. I've chopped up, it went right along over to here somewhere. So all that I've chopped up and used as firewood so far. It was really good. So I'm just going to chop up that piece in there. And then that'll be a start. I'll see how much I can get in there. I just spent a bit of time pulling down that old tent. Remember I showed you that a while back. It was all perished and it had served its time. So that's stuffed in the back. I'll put as much timber on top of that as I can safely, because a lot of that will pack down, but it'll just give me that little bit more timber firewood that I've got back at home. And it's looking pretty cloudy up here now. From what started off as a beautiful morning, they were predicting rain about 4 o'clock, so I reckon it's going to come in. I'll get a little bit of this firewood done, and then if I've got time I want to try and get up to the front gate, do a bit of work on that. Well, they always say firewood warms you up twice. Once when you're cutting it and once when you're burning it. So trust me, it's definitely warm right now. I am sweating after cutting it, moving it up to here. Now I've got to split it, then put it into the back of the car. It's a good workout. Now this one's got a big knot in it. There's a branch coming out there. That means this could be really hard to split. We'll see how we go with it. Trying to work my way around that branch. You see how that's stuck together then, it barely moved. And that's because as the branch goes through that block of wood, it literally ties in. As the branch comes out, the rest of the log wraps around. Sometimes you just don't get them apart. You can see how twisted that is up through there. That's where the branch is. All I did was just knock a little piece out. Try once more. That's why I left this one till last. Neat little trick that, so long as you don't lift up too high, because I've done that, lifted up with a block of wood, tipped it over, block of wood fell off and hit me in the head. Who would think that I would do something like that? See, that's right on that branch now. But we'll give her a go. It's going. That'll do. All right, that's that. Made short work of that. Loaded into the car, up to the gate. All right, let's go. So it appears I forgot to turn the microphone on. So what I'm explaining here is about how the gate has moved down, which you've probably seen in previous emails, and how the gate is pushed down into the dirt, as you can see there. And I'm explaining that I need to dig all that out so that I can get to the bottom bracket and take the bottom bracket off, and then I can move the brackets up and move the gate up. You'll also notice behind me that all the crown of that tree that came down is gone. So obviously one of my neighbours must have came in and cleared it up for me. I guess this is like one of those really B-grade Chinese movies, isn't it, where the voiceover doesn't match the lips. Anyway, time to get a little bit of digging done. Get the dirt away from that bottom pin so that I can get down there and get it unbolted. And having dug up the dirt around there, I now need to start undoing the brackets. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, what are my next steps? I need to drill the holes once I get the brackets off to get the gate up, and it dawns on me, I forgot to bring the drill. What a deal. So I guess I won't be doing this now. The only thing left to do is to put the bolt back in, and instead I'm going to go and cut up the log over there, which you're about to see. Because that was the other task, cut that up. So I'll put the bolt back in and I will go and chop up the log instead. I'll have to do this another time when I come back up, and I actually remember to bring the drill with me. Alright, so I want to take a bit more of this off. Bring it right back up to here. And it's starting to rain, so I'm going to have to put the camera away, sorry. Well, that rain came down and it's still coming down, but I wanted to get it finished, so sorry you didn't get much filmed, but this is what I managed to do. Just that there and that there. Sorry about that spot on the lens. Let's see if I can clean that off. That's what happens when it's raining. Okay, so yeah, I just cut that off. So now it's actually pretty much trimmed off level with the road. So I've got that full road access there now after taking these two bits off. And as you can see out here, all this, where all that crown was, all cleared up now. Really good. So I'm going to go home and get changed, get out of these wet clothes, and yeah, I'll see what else I can manage to film for you before the end of this episode. Who knows what it'll be. I'll find something to do, I'm sure. Right, well, now that I'm back and dry, time to warm up. And I thought I might as well show you how I get my fire started. Everyone has a different technique. You know, there's probably some people who've never even lit a fire, so let me just explain how I do it. So basically what I like to do is I'll get 2 pieces of wood to start with and just put them left and right like that, and then I'll grab a piece of the fire lighter. Now you can do it with firelighter or kindling. I'm lazy, I use a bit of firelighter. So there's a bit of the firelighter brick there. Just pop that in. Okay. Now, the whole idea is you want the air circulation to get through. So that's why I've got these thinner split bits of wood. So once I've got these two and the fuel in the middle, then I just start to put a layer of these sticks, just leaving a gap in between them. That gap is to allow the flames to come up and the air to get through. You want that whole air circulation so that it can breathe. So there we are. And then I've put some this way, crossways, and now I'm doing a layer that way, and now I'll do another layer this way. And then back the other way, and so I'm just stacking them like this. And then I will, once I've got about 4 layers worth there, I'll then get some thicker pieces and put that in. Bigger block of wood there, sit that on the back. And so I've made this stack. And I'll put that bit on top, I think, right there. So now there's plenty in there to get lit, the flame to go up, etc. So I'll just get that lit now. Okay, and then with this fireplace I've found, it's actually Cody worked it out, but rather than latch the door closed, if I just leave it closed with the latch down but enough that it just holds it open a little bit, lets that little bit extra air go through. And then you can see the flame coming up there, and it's already running up through the middle as well. And with that little bit of extra airflow, so as you know, heat rises, so the cooler air will get drawn in from underneath. It also means that the smoke goes straight up the flue as well. And that's already starting to catch really fast, as you can see. And by stacking them in that, where you've got some this way and then some that way and that way and that way, you've got those gaps in between, it burns really well. And that's pretty much how I get my fire lit. And as I said earlier on, you know, when you're collecting your own firewood, the wood will warm you twice. The first time when you're collecting it and cutting it up, second time when you're burning it. So it's time for round 2. That popping and crackling is the resin, the little resin pockets exploding. So it depends on the type of wood you burn as to how much it pops and crackles. That's a mixture of blackwood, but also the cypress, the macrocarpa. Now the macrocarpa really pops and crackles a lot. It's very high in resin, and for that reason I like to use it as the kindling, because it burns really fast and hot and well. It really gets it started quickly. Another good thing for using as your kindling, as that pops and crackles away, is pine cones. Pine cones have a lot of resin in them, so if you've got nice dry pine cones, and again, they're all spread. You don't want the ones that are closed right up. Get the pine cones that have opened up, because it allows all the air to get through, circulate around, and it will light up very fast as well. So pine cones are also great to use. And as you can see now, that fire's really kicking along, and it's beautiful heat coming out of that. So what better way to spend the afternoon than to sit here and beside a nice crackling fire and just soak up the warmth and enjoy a nice glass of red wine as well. Great way to warm up, especially after a hard day's work. So that's actually it for today, for this episode anyway. We'll be heading back up to the block tomorrow, but you'll have to wait until next week to see what I'm doing up there then. Now, one thing that I did here during the week as well on another YouTube video, which I thought I might just bring to your attention before I go, is that when you hit like on videos, YouTube actually use an algorithm, and what it does is it will then search for and suggest similar content to you. So when you hit like, it's not just for the benefit of the people that are producing the video, it's actually of your benefit as well, because if you like certain types of videos and you click like on them, as I said, you'll start to get suggestions pop up on other things. And that's how I've obviously found a lot of the videos that I like to watch as well. Things like Red Poppy Ranch and Good Simple Living and Smoky Mountain Outpost, a few of those other homesteading type videos, is because I've liked some of theirs and others pop up and suggest for me. So it is in your benefit if you would like to click like on these videos. I know a lot of you do, but yeah, if you were thinking not about it, maybe hit like. It is good for me, but it's great for you guys. So yeah, if you haven't hit like or subscribe, go ahead and do so. But otherwise, as I said, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is lovely, toasty warm now. I can feel it, just my skin's crawling. It's, soak up that warmth like a lizard. It's great. So I hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe. Have a great week next week. And until then, I'll catch you later. Cheers.